Hello and welcome to my 68th water review for YouTube. Today is Friday, May 24th, 2019, and this week we'll be doing another look back on a company that I reviewed almost exactly a year ago today. I reviewed this company on May 11th, 2018, and the company that I reviewed was Nestle Pure Life and their still water offering. However, for this review, I will be reviewing Nestle Pure Life's sparkling water offering, and we will see how Nestle has improved or changed over the past year and 10 days or so. So let's get started, and we'll start with company history and interestingness. And Nestle is apparently the largest food company by revenues in the world, and they are based out of Switzerland, and therefore they are also Switzerland's second largest company by revenues as well. And this is because Nestle owns a ton of different food and beverage companies, including stuff like Nescafe coffees. They also own Jello, and they own L'Oreal as well, which owns all these various cosmetic companies as well. And they own quite a few water companies, including Nestle Pure Life. They also have San Pellegrino, Perrier, and Vittel, as well as Poland Springs, a ton of different water companies and other companies as well, which you can check out in the link in the description for their company page. Now, Nestle itself was founded in 1866 and was originally called the Anglo-Swiss Condensed Milk Company, and they were founded by Henri Nestle, and their first product that really took off was a type of baby food, interestingly enough. And since then, they have grown to become this huge company that produces all kinds of different food and drink products. So quite interesting on their website. However, I had to go to Nestle's own website, not Nestle Pure Life's website, to find this information. It would have been nice if they had had maybe a little link with a separate history page on Nestle Pure Life's page as well, just to make it a bit easier to find for people who end up buying this product. But that's really the only complaint I have about Nestle Pure Life's website, because other than that, they had everything I typically look for in a company website. They had a page about all their various products where they gave a little bit of information about each of their products, as well as a page about their water and their source of their water, which seems to be hard to come by on these water company websites. It's very strange. You'd think that would be, since it really should be their only ingredient in their water, that they would talk about it. However, not a lot of companies do, and it was nice to see that Nestle Pure Life did talk about their water source being a spring, as well as some of the steps they take to ensure that they source their water sustainably and from the greatest sources. And finally, in terms of sustainability, they had a whole page about sustainability, which is great to see. Sometimes they could have just fallen back on Nestle's sustainability initiatives, but they had some specific ones for Nestle Pure Life, including the fact that they've made their processes for bottling their water as efficient as possible to reduce the amount of water that it requires to make a bottle of water. Who would have thought that it would take extra water to make water? But there you go. So they've made it so efficient that it only takes about 1.2 liters of water to make a 1 liter bottle of Nestle Pure Life. Quite good. As well as the fact that they've taken steps to reduce the plastics in their bottle by about 40%, as well as some of those, again, sustainability initiatives that they had in regards to their spring to ensure that they are sourcing and extracting their water sustainably. So that was excellent to see, and I'm really happy to see that Nestle Pure Life's website is not only beautiful, but also quite functional and informative. So excellent job there. Now, in terms of bottle design and materials, and this is where Nestle Pure Life, they're still offering, lost a ton of points and really helped to give them that 3.5 score that they got for their still water offering. However, I'm pleased to say in the year since that original review, they have significantly improved their bottle design and materials. Plastics in this sparkling water are, while they're not amazing. They certainly are leaps and bounds better than their still water offering. Everything feels very sturdy and not crinkly at all, which really took away from the product when it came to that still water offering. It just made it seem really cheap and gross. And so I really do appreciate the fact that they've gone with better plastics throughout the bottle. And again, they've also improved the plastics in the cap and made the cap a bit bigger as well. Now, what I really do like about this bottle is that they've gone with this kind of almost wicker looking or kind of turbine design for the plastics throughout, which give it a really nice kind of artsy and different look, as well as giving it some extra grip. So that's quite nice in terms of bottle design. And their label, while not being completely glued to the bottle, it still is very well secured, and I don't think that there will be any issues of it ripping off or tearing. It's made out of this kind of plasticky material, and therefore I think it'll hold on quite well, whereas the Nestle Pure Life still offering, the label itself was very poorly put on and was already ripping and tearing when I originally reviewed it. So overall, just leaps and bounds better than the still water offering. The plastics are much higher quality, if not amazing, but still much better. And honestly, I wouldn't even mind carrying this around. The still water Nestle Pure Life offering is quite embarrassing in my opinion whenever you see someone carrying it around and it's loud and crinkly all the time. This one is much more sturdy and not crinkly at all, so it's really not as embarrassing to carry around. Now, another place where Nestle Pure Life's still offering lost points was in the taste and nose. So let's see how their sparkling water fares. Now it looks like there's a good amount of carbonation, which is a good sign. It hasn't lost its carbonation. Now, I was glad to see that on the Nestle Pure Life bottle, on the back, they do include both a nutrition facts table and a mineral table, and there seems to be not too much in terms of kind of unnecessary or gross minerals. I think the last one I reviewed, the still water, had quite a bit of sodium in it, but this one does not have nearly as much sodium in it, and it just has a little bit of sulfate, a little bit of chlorine, and some other trace minerals, but overall it's quite a low TDS water. Now, in terms of nose, Nestle Pure Life Sparkling has a little bit of a baking soda nose to it, and I think this is because they're using the sodium bicarbonate as their form of carbonation. So it does have a slight kind of baking soda-y nose to it. It also has a slight note of kind of bitterness and a sourness, which might also be from the baking soda or might be from some other minerals, but just have a slight bitter sour note to it as well. Now, in terms of taste, that bitter sourness comes off on the taste a little bit, as well as a slight sour, sweet, almost orange note as well. It kind of starts as an orange, sweet, sour note, and then slowly trails into the bitterness, and you do end up getting a little bit of that baking soda note on the taste as well, which is unfortunate. It's not typically the note I'd like to get in the sparkling water. Another thing that I'm not a huge fan of is, while it does have those kind of nice citrusy, zesty notes at the beginning, they dissipate extremely quickly. They're there for 2 or 3 seconds and then completely gone, and really it just fades into that kind of baking soda-y, plain, bland taste. So really not as much flavor as I would like in a nice carbonated water. However, the carbonation is quite good, and the mouthfeel is also quite nice. It doesn't have any sort of plasticky notes such as that Nestle Pure Life still. It almost tasted like the plastic had leached into the water. It was kind of syrupy almost, but this one is nice and crisp and has a nice mouthfeel as well, so that's excellent for them. Now, in terms of final score, I think Nestle Pure Life really went back to the drawing board with their whole Nestle Pure Life brand and tried to revamp it and make it a little bit better. and they've done quite a good job over the past year. In terms of company history and interestingness, really there's nothing I can take points off for here. It would have been nice to have a company history page on their website, but I was able to easily find it by just looking at the regular Nestle company website, so that wasn't too bad. And they did have all the other information I'm typically looking for. So they talked about their products, they talked about their water source, and they talked about their sustainability initiatives as well, so that was excellent to see. So they get full points, 2.5 out of 2.5 points for company history and interestingness. In terms of bottle design and materials, the bottle design and materials for the original Nestle Pure Life still were abysmal, to say the least. They were absolutely terrible. I would never drink a Nestle Pure Life ever if I could avoid it. So I'm really happy to say that they've greatly improved the materials and the design of the Nestle Pure Life Sparkling. The plastics throughout are so much better. The cap itself is nice to take off now instead of being that tiny little crappy plastic cap that they had before. And the design of this bottle, along with being much more sturdy, is also quite beautiful as well. And the label itself, they have really well designed it with these beautiful sparkling water bubbles around and nice graphics. They've updated their logo as well, which is quite eye-catching and nice as well, and it really just seems like a more premium product overall that they've gone for, despite it still being quite a reasonably valued oriented water. And they also include the necessary tables on the back, the nutrition facts table and the mineral table as well, which is excellent to see. So in terms of bottle design and materials, they get 1.75 out of 2.5 points. Still not the most premium bottle design and materials, but quite excellent to say the least, and so much better than their Nestle Pure Life still offering that I reviewed a year ago. In terms of taste and nose, you do have some inklings, some noticeable notes of zestiness and sweet and sour and bitter notes that I do like on these carbonated waters. However, they're just too faint. They go away too quickly. I really want a nice, well-rounded and kind of longer lasting flavor from this water. It's very quick. You get those hints of being a good carbonated water with those nice sour orange notes as well as the bitterness, but the baking soda notes that I'm getting I'm really not a huge fan of, and the flavors just go away way too quickly. So in terms of taste and nose, they get 2.25 out of 4 points. And finally, in terms of value, for this 1 liter bottle, it cost $1.29 at the local grocery store, which is quite a good value for a 1 liter bottle of carbonated water. However, for an extra 30 cents, or even for the same price if you can find it on sale, you can get a bottle of Perrier. So really, I'd rather just spend the extra 30 cents or try and find it on sale. But I really can't say that this is a bad value. It does have a nice taste to it overall, and honestly, the bottle design is so much better. So if you really are looking for that bang for your buck deal all the time and you can't get Perrier for a reasonable price, then I guess you have to go with the Nestle Pure Life. But I would recommend stepping up to a more premium carbonated water for a little bit more. I think if you could find this for maybe 99 cents, that would be a good, really great value for a carbonated water. But there's really just so much competition at this price point that they're going with that it's hard to really recommend overall. So in terms of value, I'm giving them 0.75 out of 1 point because it still is a decent value overall. And final score for Nestle Pure Life Sparkling is 7.25 out of 10 points. Since 1 year ago when I reviewed Nestle Pure Life Still, they have improved greatly. Their website is excellent with all the information I ever look for. Their bottle design and materials are greatly improved since their still water offering a year ago, and the taste is not amazing but not bad either. I really did not like the taste of their still water offering. They've really greatly improved it with this sparkling water offering, and it's not a bad price either. So thank you all for watching my review of Nestle Pure Life Sparkling. Please like and subscribe and comment down below which waters you'd like me to review next, or which foods you'd like me to review on my food reviews on Monday. And please share with your friends as well. And I will see you all next week for my next water review. Thank you.